Life has a funny way of throwing curveballs when we least expect them. You map out your plans, set your goals, work hard, and just when you think you're getting somewhere, boom, something unexpected knocks you down, a setback, a failure, a heartbreak, a loss. And in that moment, it's easy to ask, why? Why me? Why now? But what if the detour isn't a mistake? What if the rejection is actually protection? What if what feels like the end of the road is really just a bend leading to something bigger? Life has a way of throwing us into moments that feel like dead ends. You prepare, you dream, you push forward with everything you have, and just when you think you're about to step into the life you've imagined, the ground shifts beneath you. The opportunity disappears, the relationship fades, the door slams shut. And in that moment, it's so easy to believe that you failed, that somehow you weren't enough, that maybe, just maybe, you're not meant for the things you've been fighting for. But what if you're not being rejected? What if you're being redirected? What if what feels like the end of the road is actually the beginning of something bigger than you ever planned for yourself? Think about it. Some of the most powerful, life-changing moments don't come wrapped in success. They come disguised as obstacles, as loss, as detours that force you to move in a direction you never considered. And it's only later, when you've walked a little further, that you realize the setback was actually the setup for something greater. Sometimes the things we want most are the very things that would hold us back. The job you didn't get might have kept you from discovering your true purpose. The person who walked away might have made room for someone who sees you for who you truly are. The failure that broke you might be the very thing that builds you into the person you're meant to become. It's frustrating not knowing why things happen the way they do. We want answers. We want certainty. We want to believe that if we just work hard enough, life will play out exactly as we imagined. But there's a bigger plan in motion. One that doesn't always make sense in the moment. The dreams that fall apart, the plans that don't work out, the moments that bring us to our knees, none of it is wasted. Every challenge, every no, every painful goodbye is shaping something incredible in your life. So if you feel like you're at a standstill, if you're wondering why things aren't going the way you hoped, don't give up. Keep moving, keep believing, keep trusting that what's ahead is far greater than anything you're leaving behind. The path may not look the way you thought it would, but that doesn't mean it's not leading exactly where you're meant to be. There are moments in life when you give something your all, your heart, your time, your energy, only to watch it slip through your fingers. You go after a dream believing it's meant for you, only to be met with closed doors. You love someone with everything you have, only for them to walk away. You take a risk thinking it will change your life, but instead it leaves you questioning everything. And in those moments, the pain is real, the disappointment is sharp. The doubt creeps in, whispering that maybe you weren't good enough. Maybe you weren't worthy of what you wanted. But what if that rejection wasn't a punishment? What if it was protection? What if the door that closed was never meant to open because there was something far greater waiting for you on the other side? It's hard to accept in the moment, but sometimes the things we desperately want are the very things that would have kept us from our true purpose. The relationship that didn't work out might have held you back from becoming the person you're meant to be. The opportunity you lost might have led you down a path that wasn't yours to walk. The dream that didn't happen might have been too small for the life that's actually waiting for you. Life has a way of redirecting us, not to punish us, but to position us. What you thought was the best thing for you might not have been the right thing for you. And just because something feels good in the moment doesn't mean it's meant to last forever. Growth requires change. It requires letting go of things that are comfortable so you can step into something even greater. Rejection isn't the universe working against you. It's the universe clearing the way for something that is meant for you. Something bigger, something better, something that aligns with the deepest part of who you are. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this making room for? Because one day you'll look back and realize that the very thing you thought you lost was actually the moment you were being guided towards something extraordinary. There's something both beautiful and frustrating about life. It rarely shows you the full picture. You can be standing in the middle of a storm, feeling lost, confused, and uncertain, wondering why things are unfolding the way they are. You want clarity, you want answers, you want to know that everything will be okay, but all you have in front of you are unanswered questions and a road that seems to lead nowhere. It's in these moments that doubt creeps in. You start wondering if you made the wrong choices, if you missed your chance, if the things you once believed in were just illusions. But what if the reason you can't see the full picture is because it's still being painted? What if every challenge, every heartbreak, every unexpected detour is just another brushstroke in a masterpiece that isn't finished yet? The truth is, some of the best things in life happen when you least expect them. You don't always recognize their purpose while you're in the middle of them. The job you didn't get, the person who walked away, the opportunity that fell through, it might not make sense now, but one day you'll look back and realize it was all part of something bigger. You weren't being denied, you were being prepared. You weren't being forgotten, you were being positioned for something greater than you could have planned for yourself. But here's the catch. You have to keep going even when you don't understand, even when you can't see the next step, even when life doesn't look the way you thought it would. Because the bigger picture isn't something you're meant to see all at once, it's something you uncover as you move forward, one moment, one lesson, one breakthrough at a time. So if you're feeling lost, if you're questioning why things are happening the way they are, trust that there is more to your story than what you can see right now. The delays, the setbacks, the uncertainties, they aren't roadblocks. They are part of the path. And one day, when you've walked far enough, you'll look back and realize that every twist, every turn, every unanswered question was leading you exactly where you were meant to be. There are moments in life when pain feels unbearable, the kind that knocks the wind out of you, leaving you wondering how you'll ever move forward, the kind that makes you question everything, your purpose, your path, your worth. It's in these moments that the mind starts whispering lies, that you're not strong enough, that this struggle is proof you're failing, that maybe you're just not meant for something greater. But what if the pain you're experiencing isn't a punishment? What if it's preparation? What if the very thing you're trying to escape is shaping you into the person you need to become? Think about it. Some of the strongest people you know didn't become that way because life was easy for them. They became that way because they endured challenges that forced them to grow. They faced moments that tested them, broke them, and then built them back up even stronger. The struggles you face are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They are proof that you are being prepared for something bigger than you can imagine. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Strength isn't built in easy seasons. The moments that feel unfair, the times when you feel like giving up, those are the moments that are shaping you in ways you can't yet see. The heartbreak, the disappointment, the failure, they are chiseling away at everything that is not meant to stay, leaving behind a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the life ahead. It's easy to look at pain as an enemy, to resist it, to wish it away, but what if you started looking at it as a teacher? What if, instead of asking, why is this happening to me, you started asking, what is this teaching me? Because every challenge holds a lesson, every setback carries wisdom, and every painful moment is preparing you for something greater than you could ever plan for yourself. So hold on, keep pushing forward. The pain you feel today is not the end of your story. It is the fire that will forge you into the person who is ready for what's coming next. And one day you'll look back and realize that the very thing that once felt like your breaking point was actually the turning point that changed everything. We spend so much of our lives trying to holding on to plans, to people, to expectations of how things should be. We map out our future, set timelines, and convince ourselves that if we just work hard enough, everything will fall into place exactly the way we imagined. But life has a way of reminding us that we're not in control. No matter how much we plan, no matter how much we prepare, there will always be moments where things don't go the way we expected. And that's where frustration creeps in. That's where doubt takes over. But what if losing control isn't the problem? What if it's the answer? What if the reason things aren't working out the way you want is because something even better is being built behind the scenes? The truth is, we crave certainty. We want to know exactly how things will unfold, but life doesn't give us that guarantee, and maybe that's the point. Maybe if we had all the answers, we wouldn't take the leaps of faith that lead us to something greater. Maybe if everything went according to plan, we would never step outside our comfort zones to grow into the person we're meant to be. Think about the moments in your life when things didn't go as planned. The times when you thought you had it all figured out, only to be met with an unexpected twist. At first, it probably felt like a mistake, like something was working against you. But looking back, you can see it clearly now, that rejection, that delay, that detour, it wasn't the end. It was the redirection that led you to something better. So maybe the real challenge isn't about controlling everything. Maybe it's about trusting even when things don't make sense. Trusting that the closed doors aren't meant to trap you, but to guide you. Trusting that the struggles aren't meant to break you, but to build you. Trusting that even in the uncertainty, there is a plan unfolding, one that is bigger and more beautiful than anything you could have written for yourself. Let go of the need to control every step. Embrace the unknown, because sometimes the greatest blessings come when you surrender the plans you thought you needed and allow life to take you where you were meant to be all along. There's something unsettling about not knowing what comes next. You stand at a crossroads, uncertain of which path to take, waiting for a sign, a guarantee, something to tell you that you're making the right decision. But life doesn't always work that way. More often than not, the path ahead isn't lit up with flashing lights. It's unclear, unpredictable, and at times completely invisible. And that's where fear sets in. That's where doubt whispers, what if you fail? What if you make the wrong choice? What if this isn't meant for you? But what if the best things in life aren't meant to be seen from the start? What if the journey isn't about knowing exactly where you're going, but about trusting that every step forward is leading you somewhere meaningful? Think about it. Some of the most incredible moments in your life didn't come with a roadmap. The friendships that changed you, the opportunities that shaped you, the love that transformed you, none of it was planned to perfection. It happened because at some point you took a step forward, even when you weren't sure where it would lead. You walked into the unknown. And that's where the magic happened. We waste so much time waiting for clarity before we move. But clarity isn't something you're given. It's something you gain along the way. You don't need to see the entire path to take the first step. You don't need to have all the answers to start moving. The unknown isn't something to be feared. It's where growth happens, where purpose unfolds, where the best chapters of your story are written. So don't let the fear of the unseen hold you back. Trust that even when the path isn't clear, it's still leading you exactly where you're meant to be. One day, you'll look back and realize that the moments that felt uncertain, the decisions that felt risky, and the steps that felt impossible were the very things that brought you to something greater than you ever imagined. Keep walking. Keep believing. The best parts of your story are still ahead of you. There are seasons in life that feel endless, the kind where nothing makes sense, where the weight of uncertainty presses down on you, and no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to find a way forward. It's in those moments, when the storm is raging, when the struggle feels unbearable, that the mind starts playing tricks on you. You start believing that things will never change, that maybe this is just how life will always be, that maybe you've been forgotten. But no storm lasts forever. No darkness is permanent. The pain, the confusion, the heartbreak, it may feel overwhelming now, but it is not the end of your story. Seasons change. Life moves forward. And even when you can't see the sun behind the clouds, it's still there, waiting to shine again. Think about the toughest moments you've already faced, the times you thought you wouldn't make it through, the days that tested you in ways you never expected, yet here you are, stronger, wiser, still standing. And if you made it through those storms, what makes you think you won't make it through this one? Hard times are not proof that you're failing. They're proof that you're growing, that you're being shaped into someone who can handle the life that's waiting for you. Struggles don't come to destroy you, they come to prepare you. They teach you patience when you want to rush, they teach you strength when you feel weak, they teach you faith when you can't see the way ahead. So if you're in the middle of a storm right now, hold on. The winds will calm, the skies will clear, and one day, what feels impossible today will be just another chapter in your story. One that proves you are always stronger than you thought. Keep moving forward, the storm will pass, and when it does, you'll step into something greater than you ever imagined. There will be moments in life when you feel stuck, like you're standing still while the world moves forward without you. You'll wonder if your time has passed, if you've missed your chance, if the dreams you once held so close are slipping through your fingers. You'll look around and see others reaching milestones, achieving their goals, living the kind of life you long for, and you'll start to question whether your story is still being written, or if the best chapters have already come and gone. But here's the truth, your story isn't over yet. The dreams placed in your heart weren't random. The passion inside you wasn't a mistake. Just because things haven't happened the way you thought they would or in the timing you expected doesn't mean they won't happen at all. Delays are not denials. What feels like a pause is often preparation for something far greater than you imagined. Think about how the greatest stories unfold. There's always a moment of struggle, a time when the main character faces a challenge that seems impossible to overcome. But that's not where the story ends. That's where the transformation happens. That's where the strength is built, where the lessons are learned, where the pieces start coming together in ways that only make sense later. You may not see it now, but every step you've taken, even the ones that felt like missteps, have been leading you somewhere. Every closed door, every heartbreak, every unexpected turn has been shaping you, preparing you, molding you into the person who is ready to receive what's ahead. If the door hasn't opened yet, maybe it's because what's on the other side is still being built. So don't give up. Don't let frustration convince you that you're not meant for something greater. The timing of your life is not a mistake. The path you're on is not lost. The story you're living is still unfolding, and some of the best chapters haven't even been written yet. Keep believing, keep moving, and trust that the things meant for you will find you at exactly the right time. There comes a time in life when you look back at everything you've been through, the struggles, the heartbreaks, the moments that nearly broke you, and realize that somehow, despite it all, you're still here. Maybe you don't have all the answers, maybe you're still waiting for things to fall into place, but one thing is undeniable. You have survived everything you once thought you couldn't, And that means something. It means you are stronger than you give yourself credit for. It means that even when life tried to bring you to your knees, you found a way to stand back up. It means that no matter how many times you felt lost, you were never truly without direction. Because even in the moments when you thought nothing was happening, something was. Growth was happening, strength was being built, a greater plan was unfolding. The truth is, the toughest moments in life often shape us in ways we don't recognize until much later. What once felt like a setback may have been the very thing that set you up for something greater. What once felt like a delay may have been protecting you from something not meant for you. And the moments that seemed like endings were in reality just the beginning of something new. So if you're in a place where things don't make sense, where you're still searching for answers, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. You've already overcome so much. You've already proven that you are capable of navigating the unknown. And if life hasn't given you what you've been asking for yet, maybe it's because something even better is still ahead. Keep believing, keep moving forward. One day you will look back and see how every twist, every turn, every unanswered prayer was leading you exactly where you were meant to be. And in that moment, you will understand life was never working against you. It was always guiding you towards something greater than you ever imagined. Life is a journey of uncertainty, of unexpected twists, of moments that shake you to your core. It is filled with dreams that seem just out of reach, with setbacks that make you question everything, with days when you wonder if you're truly on the right path. And yet through it all, something greater is always at work, guiding you, shaping you, leading you toward something beyond what you can see right now. Think about the moments that felt like endings, but turned out to be new beginnings. Think about the times when you thought you had lost, only to realize later that you had been redirected towards something far better. Every step, every struggle, every unanswered prayer was never about keeping you from something. It was about preparing you for something. Life has a way of teaching us that what we once thought was a failure was actually a setup for something greater. What we once saw as rejection was actually redirection. And what once felt like loss was actually making space for something meant for us all along. The truth is, we don't always get to see the plan as it unfolds. There will be days when it doesn't make sense. Days when you feel like you're walking through the dark with no clear direction. Days when you wonder if everything you've been hoping for is even worth it. But those are the moments that require the most faith. The moments when you have to trust, not because you can see the outcome, but because you know deep down that life does not lead you somewhere without purpose. So keep moving forward, keep believing in something greater, even when you don't understand. Keep trusting that the delays, the detours, the disappointments are not there to break you, but to shape you. Because one day when you look back, you will see that everything, the struggles, the setbacks, the waiting, was never wasted. It was all part of a plan that was bigger, better, and more beautiful than anything you could have imagined for yourself. And in that moment, you will know you were never lost. You were always being led. You said,